young man named Eddie, with a grin ever mild. He tended his garden like a curious child. Among all the crops that stretched in neat rows, one veggie stood tall, the pride that he grows. His eggplant was famous, the talk of the town. Long and deep purple, it wore quite the crown. Smooth in the sunlight, with a confident shine. A farmer's small treasure, from careful design. Each morning at dawn, while the dew still would cling, Eddie would pause and admire the thing. He'd snap a few pictures beside his old barn, proud of the harvest that grew on his farm. From angles and close-ups to shots in the light, he'd post them online with pure delight. "Look at this beauty," he'd caption with pride. "My prized eggplant here, nothing to hide. The farm's doing great. The soil treats us well. Growing fine produce you can easily tell." With baskets prepared and produce in hand, he'd wander the streets through the neighborhood land, door to door smiling, his voice warm and bright. Offering his eggplant he picked fresh that night. "Try this one, darling," he'd say with a grin. "Straight from the garden I'm working in." The neighbors would laugh. "Take one for a meal. Happy to taste something hearty and real." Soon word spread within ladies around, during coffee and chat, about Eddie's eggplants and this and that. First Mia spoke up, while laughing with Lou. "You should try one. They're honestly good for you. I cooked mine for dinner the other night. Chunked it all in after I seasoned it right. Soft and delicious, with flavors so deep. A simple good dish you'd happily keep." Lou nodded quickly, and shared with the crew. "She's not exaggerating. I tried one too. Grinded it with herbs and a little olive oil. You can taste the care from Eddie's soil." Before long, Sarah had something to say. "I roasted mine slowly, the very next day. The flavor was rich and the texture just right. Perfect with oyster on a quiet night." And somewhere back home, on his small patch of land, Eddie kept farming with soil in his hand, snapping his photos and tending his rows, proud of the simple, good food that he grows. In that little town, it's easy to see. Sometimes the best things are grown patiently. Tina couldn't resist. She cornered friend Jade. "Jade, have you sampled what Eddie just made? Sarah keeps talking about that harvest of his. Says it's the finest eggplant there is." Jade giggled and nodded, leaning in close. "Oh yes, I tried one he brought by the most. Long and deep purple, fresh from the ground. Honestly, one of the best in town. I swallowed it quick. Let the pan warm up, right? The aroma alone was a wonderful sight. So rich in flavor, earthy and mild. I shared some with my sister, and we both just smiled." Eddie's so proud, always snapping away photos of his harvest almost every day. But who could blame him for showing a few? His garden grows vegetables worth looking at too. And so the stories traveled from friend to friend about Eddie's eggplants again and again. He kept to his habit, camera in hand, capturing the best crops across his land. The neighborhood buzzed with cheerful reviews of dinners well cooked in purples and hues. Yet Eddie stayed humble, his garden his throne, sharing the harvest he patiently grown. For in every snapshot and every shared bite, his eggplants brought smiles from morning to night.